Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever caught yourself thinking, I'll do it tomorrow, or when the time is right, I'll make that move? Well, my friends, let me tell you something, the time is now. The moment you're waiting for, the perfect conditions you've been hoping for, they are here in this very moment. Life is too short to let another day slip by waiting for the perfect opportunity to live fully. The time to act, to embrace your potential, to truly start living is right now. It's the danger of procrastination. We've all been there, haven't we? Tomorrow, next month, when I get this or that in order. But here's the hard truth: tomorrow doesn't exist. It's a myth. The reality is we all have today, this very moment. How many moments have we already wasted waiting for a better time? How many dreams have we set aside because we were convinced we weren't ready? If you keep waiting, you may look up one day and realize that life has passed you by. Don't let that happen. Start today, even with the smallest step. The power of now. Let me tell you, there is power in the present. The moment you take action, no matter how small, you are changing the trajectory of your life. Every step you take today is a step toward the future you dream about. It doesn't have to be a giant leap, just a small, purposeful action. And that small action will compound, it will snowball, and before you know it, you'll be looking back at the incredible transformation that started with a simple decision to act now. Stop comparing yourself to others. I want to remind you of something so important. You are unique. Your path, your gifts, your journey, they are meant to be yours and no one else's. When you compare yourself to others, you steal your own joy, your own energy, and your own peace. Every moment you spend wishing you were someone else is a moment wasted. Focus on what makes you shine and let your authenticity lead the way. Your life is a reflection of you, not a copy of someone else's success. Let go of fear. Now, I know fear can feel real. We've all been scared of failing, scared of judgment, scared of the unknown. But I'm here to tell you that fear does not have to control you. Fear is a part of the process, yes, but it does not define you. Don't let fear stop you from going after what you want. What's on the other side of fear? Your greatness. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the willingness to act in spite of it. Embrace your true purpose. The next question I want you to ask yourself is, what excites you? What is it that makes your heart race, that makes you feel alive? That's your purpose, my friend. When you tap into your true calling, when you align your actions with what brings you joy and fulfillment, magic happens. You were not put on this earth to live in mediocrity. You were born to thrive, to create, to live with purpose. Don't settle for less than that. Go after what lights you up and let that energy carry you through life. Overcoming setbacks. I want to say this loud and clear: setbacks are not failures. They are lessons, they are growth in disguise. If you've ever been knocked down, know that it's just a part of the journey. Each time you fall, you have an opportunity to rise stronger, wiser, and more determined than before. So when life doesn't go as planned, don't give up. Keep going, because the strength you're building will carry you to new heights. Start living today. Now, I want to leave you with one last thought: start living today. Not tomorrow, not next year, not when things are perfect. This moment is all you have. So take a breath, look around you, and take one step. It's just one, and then another, and another. Before long, you'll be living the life you were meant to live, not just dreaming about it. You are capable of greatness. Your time is now, so stop wasting your life. It's waiting for you to show up. Step into your power. Have you ever found yourself standing on the edge of your own life, waiting for something to happen before you fully step into it? You know what I mean? The dream job, the perfect relationship, the moment when everything aligns and you feel like you're finally ready to go for it. How many of us keep telling ourselves, I'll get to it tomorrow, or when the timing is right, I'll take that leap? But here's the thing: tomorrow is not guaranteed. We live as though we have all the time in the world, but in reality, we have right now, this moment, and that's all we're truly certain of. It's easy to get caught up in waiting. We get stuck in the comfort of what we know, even when we know it's not where we're meant to be. We let fear, doubt, or the endless distractions of daily life stop us from taking action. But let me ask you, what if today is your moment? What if this is the last chance you have to live your life fully without hesitation? How many opportunities have you let slip by while waiting for the perfect time? The truth is, the perfect time will never come. Life doesn't wait for us to be ready. It moves at its own pace, and before we know it, the years slip away. The dreams we put off, the goals we delay, they don't wait for us. So I want you to take a hard look at where you are right now. Where are you letting fear hold you back? What part of your life have you been putting on hold, thinking you'll tackle it later? My friends, later may never come. The truth is, we don't know how much time we have. All we have is now. And it's time to stop wasting it. It's time to stop waiting for the world to change, for the perfect moment to arrive. The world doesn't owe you that moment, it's already here. All you have to do is take the first step. In this moment, you have the power to change everything. Right now, you are standing at the threshold of a new beginning, a fresh chapter, a new opportunity to live your life to the fullest. But it requires you to act. It requires you to choose this moment, choose yourself, and choose your future. The time is now. Stop waiting for permission, stop waiting for the right time, because it's already here. The only question is, are you ready to step into it? We all know the feeling. It starts with that little voice inside telling you you can do it tomorrow, or you don't have to do it today. Just wait a little longer. It's so easy to push things off, isn't it? It's so easy to tell ourselves we'll get to it eventually, that there's always time later. But here's the harsh reality: that voice isn't helping you, it's holding you back. Procrastination may seem innocent at first. It feels like a temporary choice, a way to delay the inevitable, but slowly, over time, it begins to take control of your life. The more you put things off, the more you tell yourself that you can wait, the more you let life slip through your fingers. We don't think about the cost of procrastination in the moment. It's easy to brush it off when we're caught up in the comfort of today, in the security of someday, but ask yourself, what are you losing in the process? Every day you put off the things that matter, every moment you spend waiting for a better time, you're not just wasting time, you're wasting the opportunity to grow, to evolve, and to create the life you truly want. And that's not just a small loss, that's a choice to let life pass you by without ever truly stepping into your potential. Think about the dreams you have, the goals you've set for yourself. Maybe they've been sitting on a shelf for years, waiting for the perfect time to be acted on. But here's the secret: the perfect time doesn't exist. There is no magical moment when all the stars align and life falls perfectly into place. There is only now, and if you keep waiting for the ideal circumstances, you might find that your dreams have remained just that, dreams, while the years slip away. What could you have accomplished by now if you had taken action, even in the face of uncertainty? What could you have become if you hadn't let fear and doubt take up so much space in your mind? We've all heard the saying, don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today, but let me take it a step further. Don't put off living your life today. The longer you wait to take action, the more you hold yourself back from becoming who you're truly meant to be. Procrastination isn't just about the tasks you avoid, it's about the opportunities you let slip away, the chances you never took, the life you never fully lived. Procrastination is a silent thief. It steals your time, your energy, and your dreams. There is something truly magical about the present moment. The past is behind us and the future is yet to come. All we truly have, the one thing that is truly ours, is right here, right now. And yet so many of us overlook this powerful moment, waiting for the future to show us what's next or regretting what we didn't do in the past. But the truth is, the power to change your life is always in the now. Not tomorrow, not when things settle down, not when you have more time or more money. Now, think about it. Every moment you spend wishing for the future, every second you wait for the perfect time is a moment you'll never get back. Time moves forward with or without your permission. It doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It doesn't pause for you to feel more secure. The future only exists in your mind. It's an idea, a concept. The only reality you can truly influence is this moment. Right here, right now, you have the ability to make a choice, to take a step, to transform your life in ways you can't even fully imagine yet. So why do we wait? Why do we put off our dreams, our goals, the things we know we want in life? Often it's because we're afraid. Afraid of failure, afraid of judgment, afraid of not being perfect. But here's the thing, there is no perfect moment. There is no perfect set of circumstances. There's only today, only this moment. And in this moment, you have the opportunity to take action. You can choose to act despite your fears. You can choose to move forward, even if you don't have all the answers. And it's in those moments of stepping forward, when you push through the doubt and the uncertainty, that real transformation begins. The power of now is not just about acting, it's about fully embracing the present. It's about being all in, fully engaged in the moment, without worrying about what's ahead or dwelling on what's behind. When you focus on now, you become connected to the energy of life itself. You stop rushing through your days, and instead you begin to savor the journey. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You start noticing things you never paid attention to before, the small moments of beauty, the quiet victories, the subtle shifts that guide you toward your next great step. Every choice you make now, every step you take today, builds the foundation for your future. When you start acting in the now, when you stop waiting and start doing, you tap into a power that is limitless. You become unstoppable. The moment you choose to take action today, even in the smallest way, you set in motion a chain of events that can lead you to places you've only dreamed of. You don't need to wait for the future to give you permission to live fully. You have everything you need right now to start building the life you deserve. The key is to embrace this moment, to take the first step, no matter how small, and to trust that the rest will follow. The power of now is not just in what you do, it's in how you live. It's in waking up each day with a sense of purpose and a commitment to your goals. It's about showing up for your life, not waiting for it to come to you. The energy you put into today will shape the tomorrow you desire. The choices you make now, the way you move through this moment, will determine the future that unfolds. The power has always been in your hands. Say it. Fear is something we all experience. It's a natural part of being human, a response to the unknown, to stepping outside our comfort zones. But here's what I want you to understand today: fear does not have to control you. Fear can feel powerful, it can feel overwhelming, but it's not the truth of who you are. It's just a feeling, a temporary emotion, and it does not define your potential. Too often, we let fear hold us back from our dreams. We look at something we desire, a new opportunity, a leap of faith, a big change, and our first instinct is to imagine all the things that could go wrong. What if we fail? What if people judge us? What if we're not good enough? And so we shrink back, we stay safe, we choose the familiar, the comfortable, and we avoid the unknown, all because we're afraid of what might happen if we step out of line. But what if the truth is that fear is not a sign to stop, but a sign to move forward? What if every time we feel afraid, it's actually the universe trying to tell us we're on the edge of something great? What if the things we fear most are exactly the things that will lead us to growth, to transformation, to the life we've always dreamed of? Fear has a way of convincing us that it's trying to protect us, but in reality, it's often just keeping us stuck. It keeps us in a place of comfort, yes, but it also keeps us small, keeps us from exploring the vast potential that lies within us. Fear thrives in the space where we hesitate, in the moments when we doubt ourselves. But every time we take a step forward, despite the fear, we weaken its grip. And with each step, we become stronger, more resilient, more courageous. Think about it. What if you could trust yourself enough to take that step? What if you believed in your ability to handle whatever comes your way, even if it's difficult, even if it's not perfect? Fear will always be there, but it's in the action you take despite it that you find your true power. Every time you push through fear, you make a statement to yourself and to the world: I am bigger than my fear. I am stronger than my doubts. I am capable of more than I ever imagined. Imagine what could happen if you stopped letting fear dictate your choices. What if, instead of avoiding the unknown, you leaned into it, trusting that every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become better? Fear doesn't make you weak, it's a sign that you're growing. It's a sign that you're stretching, reaching for something greater. The key is not to eliminate fear, it's to embrace it, to let it be a signal that you're on the right path. Fear is not the enemy, it's the catalyst for your next great adventure. Let go of the illusion that you have to have everything figured out before you act, and start trusting that the courage to move forward will show up along the way. The more you let go of fear, the more space you create for possibility, for excitement, for the life you're meant to live. So, the next time fear shows up, don't run from it. Don't hide. Look it in the eye and say, thank you for the reminder, but I'm moving forward anyway. Because the only way to grow, to become the person you're meant to be, is to step through that fear and to realize that on the other side of it is the life you've always dreamed of. How often do you catch yourself comparing your life, your journey, your accomplishments to someone else's? It's easy to do, isn't it? We scroll through social media, we hear about someone else's success, and suddenly we start to question our own path. We begin to believe that we're falling behind, that we're not measuring up, that we're somehow less than others. But let me tell you something, my friends, comparison is a thief. It steals your joy, it steals your confidence, and it steals your focus. It pulls you away from the most important thing in your life, your own unique journey. You were never meant to live anyone else's life but your own. There's no one on this planet who has your exact combination of strengths, dreams, experiences, and potential. You are one of a kind. And yet we waste so much of our precious time measuring our worth against the lives of others. We see someone else's success and think, why not me? What am I doing wrong? But what if the question isn't, why not me? What if the question is, what do I truly want for myself? Your path is yours, and it will look different from anyone else's. Your pace, your timing, your accomplishments, and your setbacks, they're all part of your story. They were never meant to look like anyone else's. Every time you compare yourself to someone else, you rob yourself of the power of acceptance. You rob yourself of the peace that comes from knowing you are enough, just as you are. We live in a world that constantly shows us what we should be doing, what success should look like, what happiness should feel like. But the only way to truly find peace is to stop measuring yourself against others and start measuring yourself against your own potential. Think of your life like a canvas. It's yours to create, to paint with all the colors and textures that make you you. When you compare your canvas to someone else's, you lose sight of your own masterpiece in the making. You stop appreciating the beauty that's already there, the beauty that's unique to your experience. You have something special inside of you, a gift, a talent, a vision that is unlike anyone else's. The more you try to replicate someone else's life, the more you deny the world the opportunity to see your light. And believe me, the world needs your light, your truth, your authenticity. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you stop looking outside for validation. Instead, you start looking inward and you begin to recognize your own worth. You begin to see the progress you've made, the lessons you've learned, and the potential that lies ahead. No one else can walk your path the way you can. No one else can share your unique perspective, and no one else can fulfill the purpose that's been placed in your heart. Every moment you spend comparing yourself to someone else is a moment you could be investing in your own growth. Think about that for a moment. Instead of using your energy to wish you were somewhere else or someone else, you could be using that energy to move forward, to make progress on the things that truly matter to you. When you focus on your own journey, you begin to see that there is no finish line, no destination to arrive at, but a continual unfolding of your own potential. You've got to stop looking at other people's success as a measure of your own failure. Success isn't a competition, it's not a race. Success is a deeply personal experience defined by the goals you set for yourself, the values you uphold, and the life you want to create. You are not in competition with anyone else. Your only competition is who you were yesterday. So the next time you catch yourself comparing, remember this: you are enough. Your journey is yours, and it is beautiful in its own right. You have everything you need within you to create the life you desire. Stop measuring your worth against someone else's story and start writing your own. The moment you release the need to compare is the moment you free yourself to live fully and authentically. When you stop comparing, you start becoming the truest version of yourself. There's a voice inside of you, a whisper that's been there all along, telling you that you are meant for something more, something greater. It's a deep knowing, an inner call that doesn't always make sense, but it's always there. For so many of us, we spend years trying to ignore that voice, trying to convince ourselves that it's impractical, that it's too big, too bold, or too unrealistic. We bury our dreams under layers of doubt, fear, and the pressure of what the world says we should be. But here's the truth: that voice is your true purpose calling you, and the only way to find peace, fulfillment, and true success is to listen to it, to embrace it fully, and to step into the life you were always meant to live. Your purpose is not something that can be given to you by someone else. It's not something you find by looking at other people's lives, nor is it a destination you reach by following someone else's path. Your purpose is inside of you. It's been there since the moment you were born. It's in your passions, your desires, your dreams, and even in your struggles. It's in the things that light you up, the things that make your heart race, the things that make you feel fully alive. Your true purpose is not something to find, it's something to uncover. And the only way to uncover it is to stop living for everyone else's expectations and start listening to your own heart. So often we get caught up in the noise of the world, the expectations of our family, the pressure of society, the demands of our job, and we forget to ask ourselves, what do I truly want? What do I want to create in this world? What impact do I want to have? Your purpose isn't about fitting into a mold or following a path that someone else has paved. It's about honoring your unique gifts, your unique voice, and stepping into the life that only you can create. Every time you choose to ignore that inner calling, every time you push your dreams aside because you're afraid or uncertain, you are denying the world the gift that only you can give. The world needs what you have to offer. It needs your perspective, your creativity, your heart. You were placed here for a reason. The things that bring you joy, the things that fuel your soul, those are the clues to your purpose. But you have to be brave enough to follow them. You have to trust that even when the path isn't clear, you are being guided in ways you may not fully understand right now. Embracing your true purpose doesn't mean you won't face challenges. In fact, stepping into your purpose can be intimidating at times. It can feel like you're taking a leap into the unknown, and the fear of failure or judgment can feel overwhelming. But I want to remind you, fear is a part of the journey. The discomfort you feel when you are on the edge of something new, something bold, is not a sign to turn back. It's a sign that you are on the right track. Every step you take toward embracing your true purpose is a step toward growth, toward becoming who you are truly meant to be. The fear doesn't go away, it transforms into excitement, into courage, and into the strength you need to push forward. The most fulfilling life you will ever live is the one that aligns with your true purpose. When you choose to live authentically, when you choose to honor what is calling you, everything begins to fall into place. Opportunities will show up in ways you never expected. People will be drawn to you, and you'll find that your life is filled with meaning, joy, and connection. The world opens up to you when you step into your purpose because you are no longer just existing, you are living. This is your life. It is yours to shape, to create, to mold into whatever you desire. But the only way to do that is to listen to that quiet whisper inside of you and trust that you are on the right path. Your true purpose is not something you need to chase after, it's something you need to welcome with open arms. The moment you choose to embrace it, you will find the courage, the strength, and the passion to make it a reality. You were made for this, and it's time to stop holding back. The world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. The only question is, will you answer the call? Life is full of unexpected twists and turns. You set out on a path with excitement and determination, believing that if you just keep pushing forward, everything will work out. And then, out of nowhere, you face a setback. Maybe it's a failure, a rejection, a disappointment that shakes you to your core. In those moments, it's easy to feel defeated, to wonder if all your hard work has been in vain. But I want you to know this: setbacks do not define you. What defines you is how you choose to respond to them. The way you rise from a setback is what truly matters. We all experience setbacks, no matter how successful or accomplished we may seem on the outside. What separates those who thrive from those who struggle is not the absence of failure, but the ability to move forward despite it. Setbacks are not the end of your story, they are a part of it. They are the tests that show you what you're made of, the challenges that shape you into the person you are becoming. When you face a setback, you're not being punished, you're being prepared for something greater. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to build the resilience that will carry you through whatever lies ahead. In those difficult moments, it can feel like you're alone. You might question your abilities, your worth, and your future. But I want to remind you that setbacks are a universal experience. Everyone faces them, but not everyone lets them stop them. It's the people who choose to keep going, who choose to pick themselves up, learn from their mistakes, and move forward with even more determination that eventually succeed. Success is not defined by never falling down, it's defined by how many times you get back up, no matter how hard it is. I think about all the people you admire, all the people who have achieved great things, the ones who have made an impact in the world, the ones who have created businesses, written books, led movements. They've all faced setbacks. The difference is that they didn't let those setbacks stop them. They didn't let failure define their worth. Instead, they used every setback as a lesson. They saw failure not as a reflection of their limitations, but as a stepping stone to their success. When setbacks happen, it's important to allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. It's okay to be disappointed, to be upset, to feel frustrated. Those emotions are part of the human experience. But don't let them keep you stuck. Don't let them convince you that you can't keep going. The key to overcoming setbacks is to shift your perspective to see them as temporary, not permanent. They do not define your future. They are just moments in time, and they will pass. Instead of focusing on the setback itself, focus on what you can do next. What's the lesson here? What can you learn from this experience that will make you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next challenge? Every setback is an opportunity for growth, even when it doesn't feel that way in the moment. Every obstacle can teach you something about yourself, your strengths, your perseverance, your ability to adapt. And it's in those moments of adaptation, when you rise from the ashes of disappointment, that you truly discover what you're made of. The road to success is rarely a straight line. It's full of bumps, detours, and unexpected obstacles. But each setback is simply a chance to build your resilience, to prove to yourself that you are stronger than you think, and to learn that failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of it. The most successful people are not those who avoid failure, but those who use failure as fuel to keep going. They understand that setbacks are not signals to stop, but rather signals to push harder, to try again, and to believe in themselves even more. So when setbacks come, and they will, don't see them as the end of the road. See them as an opportunity to grow, to evolve, and to become more than you were before. You. How many times have you found yourself saying, I'll start tomorrow? You tell yourself that once this week is over, once the weekend comes, or once you've crossed a few more things off your to-do list, you'll finally make the changes you've been dreaming about. You convince yourself that there's always a better time to begin. But let me ask you this, what if there is no better time than right now? What if today, this very moment, is the perfect opportunity to start living the life you've been putting off? We all have big dreams, desires, and goals. We all envision a future where we're living our best life, where we finally achieve the things that matter most to us. But here's the truth, that future will never come if you don't start today. Every great journey, every incredible accomplishment begins with a single step. And that step is now. The longer you wait, the more you delay the life you were meant to live. It's easy to get caught in the trap of later, to assume that your dreams will somehow come true when the circumstances are just right. But let me remind you, there is no perfect moment to start. The perfect moment is the one you're in right now. Every moment you wait to live is a moment you lose. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, next week isn't promised, and next year could be full of even more uncertainty than today. But what you have right now, the present moment, is your greatest gift. It's the only time you can truly take action, make changes, and move toward your dreams. And here's the beautiful part, you don't need everything to be perfect to begin. You don't need to wait for all the stars to align. You don't need to feel completely ready or have everything figured out. All you need to do is take that first step, no matter how small. Because once you start, the momentum builds and the path becomes clearer. So what is it that you've been putting off? Is it a dream job you've always wanted to pursue but haven't yet taken the leap toward? Is it a passion you've buried under layers of doubt and fear? Is it a life change, perhaps a move, a relationship, or a new adventure that you've hesitated to make because you're afraid of what it might cost you? Whatever it is, it's time to start living. The truth is, life is too short to wait. Every day is an opportunity to create something new, to start fresh, to build the life you desire. But it's up to you to make the choice to begin. No one else can do it for you. And no one else can live your life the way you're meant to. Only you have the power to decide that today is the day to start moving toward your dreams, to start taking those small actions that will lead you to the life you've been waiting for. Think of all the things you could accomplish if you stopped waiting for the right time. Imagine how much closer you would be to your goals if you took the first step today. Imagine how much more fulfilled you would feel if you stopped holding yourself back. The moment you decide to start is the moment you take back control of your life. And from that moment on, the world opens up to you. Every small action, every decision, every step you take adds up. One step today, one step tomorrow, and before you know it, you're living a life you once only dreamed of. So stop waiting for the future to happen. Stop waiting for things to get easier or for the stars to align. The time to live is now. Take that leap, follow that dream, and embrace the possibilities that come with starting today. You have everything you need within you to begin right now. The life you've been waiting for is ready for you, but you have to start living it. And the only way to do that is to begin, right here, right now. This is your time. Your life is waiting for you to show up. So, what are you waiting for? Start today. Today is the day to take that first step toward the life you've always dreamed of. The path may not always be easy, and the journey may not always be perfect, but it will always be worth it. You have everything you need within you to start living the life you are meant to live. The moment you embrace today, the moment you stop waiting for the right time and begin taking action, is the moment you open the door to endless possibilities. So I challenge you, don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for some future moment. Start now, start today, and let each step you take bring you closer to the life you were always meant to lead. Your future is waiting, but it starts with what you do today. Go out and live it.